the best thing about the book is it is science-based.
Correct.
As much science as there is.
Yes.
It is practice-based.
Yes, correct.
We have now 15 years of
Yeah,
practice,
exactly.
and between us more than 15 years.
Yeah.
And we have seen people succeed, and we have seen people's lives change, and we combine it all, and your B2C and my B2B experience and our personal passions for wellness.
Correct,
right?
yeah.
And we put it into very simple to follow guidelines for people. Okay, you want to live a better life, you want to feel better, you want to
live
have more energy. This is how you do it.
Exactly.
Even if you have known nothing about cryotherapy to date and you pick up the book, once you close it, you will know exactly.
Hello, and welcome to the latest episode of Reinventing Cool. I'm your host, Maria Encebella, the founder of LondonCryo. On this podcast, I aim to talk to my guests throughout the process of their cryotherapy session, so you can get a behind-the-scenes look into the whole process while getting to know the guests better. On today's episode of Reinventing Cool, we have Antra Getzoff. Antra is the co-author of Reinventing Cool. She's also a business consultant for wellness companies and was a pioneer of cryotherapy 12 years ago into the United States of America. Antra, welcome to today's episode.
Oh, thank you, Maria. It's always fun to be with you.
It is. I want to talk today a little bit about your journey into cryotherapy, and then we can get on to our upcoming book. As the OG of cryotherapy in the US, do you want to tell us a little bit of background about that?
Yeah, I have a crazy story. I moved from Europe to the United States when there was no awareness, there was no market for cryotherapy back in 2010. Become part of the original team that was introducing whole body cryotherapy to the market. So in my 14 years now in the industry, I have been doing pretty much everything there is to do, from educating the public, talking to people, trying to explain what cold does to the body, having all kinds of crazy questions. Can you even survive minus 200 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 100 degrees Celsius? And so I have been selling equipment, I have been building courses, consulting cryotherapy business owners, and now have become chair of brand new cryotherapy industry national association. So we are taking it another step
to the
forward,
next level,
to the next level, and I am really happy to be part of it all.
That's
and
very exciting.
Happy to be co-author of upcoming book together with you, and thanks to you.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, Andra, as you know, I'm also the pioneer of cryotherapy here in the UK, and I know what challenges that presented to me. Would you mind sharing with us what challenges you found when you were introducing cryotherapy into the US market?
The very first thing, I kind of did it in the wrong quarter, if you will, but if I didn't do that, I would probably still be living in Latvia. So I landed in San Francisco with 2 suitcases in a country where I didn't have pretty much anybody, with a mission to introduce cryotherapy to this market. So, oh my God, I did not know what I was getting myself into. But obviously when you are there, and it's my character to just do it. Once you have said yes to something, there is no way back. You just do it. So started thinking, oh my God, what do I do now? So a friend suggested maybe you go to a Chamber of Commerce, and I said, okay, I became a member of Chamber of Commerce in a small town in the Bay Area in the United States. Started going to the meetings there and talking about cryotherapy. Obviously, my first cultural shock, Americans say, oh my God, it's so exciting, and and the next day they have no even recollection of meeting you. Not really. I'm making it up a little bit, but long story short, there was that superficial excitement, but there was nothing else than that. So we kept poking, throwing whatever sticks, and learning from mistakes and finding venues. And we got lucky that in 2011, 2 events happened. One was Dr. Oz show, where people were fishing for some something interesting, and cryotherapy was featured there. And in June, Dallas Mavericks became winners of NBA championship, and they were the first adopters of whole body cryotherapy in the US. And then we got that interest from the public, and then people started looking for us rather the way around. And then the next stage began, like helping people who were interested in getting in the business to make it happen. So.
Can I just take you one step back on that, on the personal journey? When did you first try cryotherapy?
That was very early 2010. I had just left my last paid job. It was super stressful. I was a CEO of 250 people company through financial crisis of 2008 and beyond. And when I walked out, I promised myself not to be employed ever again. I did not want to be responsible to any boss in my life. But it also came with crazy toll emotionally, physically, and so I was a little bit of a human wreck, and I came across that ads of cryotherapy special, and suddenly I had time because I did not have to go to the office every day, and the price was very good, and so why don't I try? And I fell in love with it from day one. I walked out, I couldn't sleep, I was very low on energy, and so, and it was a beautiful spring day, sun was shining, so oh my God, what I'm even worrying about. The world is beautiful, life is beautiful, let's go. And so after that there were 10 sessions and 10 more sessions, and then I happened to introduce visiting friends from the United States to cryotherapy completely accidentally. And he was the one who started poking me with the idea that why don't you come to the United States and we start business. And initially it sounded like a crazy idea. At the end of the day it turned into reality that completely changed my life. So
and which is what brings you here today, right? To where you are in the industry.
Oh yeah, so because I was beginning from the very beginning, so there was no industry back then.
Yes, correct.
There was some cryotherapy awareness in Europe in very specific environments, usually medical or sports related, but there was no public interest in cryotherapy whatsoever. And as I started, I was pretty much building myself together with the industry together with myself, obviously not alone, there were other people involved. But with that, I got to learn everything firsthand. And I always say I have double masters in failing because I have literally tried everything there is and failed more times than you may imagine.
But that's sometimes how we learn.
Yes, exactly.
Right,
and
so by failing.
Talked to people and been misunderstood and been lessened. There was a guy in the United States who said, a woman, blonde, with an accent, you will never be taken seriously. I'm not joking.
Yes.
Was
but
that
then, exactly.
attitude that I also had to face, and everything in between. So all extremes and so. But
you overcame that, right? And now one of the leaders in our industry.
Again, it's that character of mine when I have put my teeth into something that I don't give up. That I may take a little bit of time making that decision. And that first idea when they said come to the United States, it's like what? It's like where am I? Where is the United States? And why would I go there? And then I ended up in the United States. And then the guy who was supposed to be my business partner reported me to the Coleman Security to try to get me out of the country, which he did not succeed doing. But that was again just one episode. But now 14 years later, the industry has grown and has been established. And I have established myself together with the industry. So that gives me kind of a unique position, which I am very happy about. And I just keep finding new projects
exactly.
and growing one step after another and helping people adopt it and understand it and grow with the industry and make it and it's an exciting place to be, especially now. You know about wellness, right?
Exactly. So it's been amazing because you would have seen the transition of like not having any associations, no one to guide us in what we're doing. But now we're actually seeing the associations coming together, and for global people to be a part of that as well. That's something exciting that you've got coming up as well. Are you able to share anything about that?
Yeah. So I did have a membership-based business for almost 5 years, from 2018. And that was the first kind of trial and error.
Yes. I was part of that. It was amazing. Yes.
To understand what the providers need and how to help them become more successful. Because you know better than anybody that wellness is a very difficult business.
It is.
And you are very local. You can only rely on people around you.
Correct.
It's you cannot sell thousands of anything online like people are suggesting today. You really have to build the business and local market and your position in that local market.
Correct.
Tiny step after tiny step, and the margins are not super high, and equipment costs a lot of money, and people don't understand it, and they don't know how to use it, and then
especially because a lot of us are multi-modality, so it's also understanding how the treatments actually work together, right?
Exactly.
So a lot of the work that you've done is helping us understand what treatment goes with what and when to do it, depending on the client journey, what we should be recommending. So a lot of that has come out from your work.
What I was doing and I keep constantly doing is all these questions that are popping up, they're popping up out of need, and there is no book or no other resource that you can take and say, okay, this is all here. This is how we do it. Nobody knows how we do it, so we have to figure out. And that process of figuring out involves many parties, practitioners like you, researchers, users who need that argument. Why should I keep paying money for 3 minutes of cold at a time or anything else that we are offering? And then, as you rightfully mentioned, the combination between these wellness treatments, you can build it, amplify the effects immensely, and you can also lessen effects or even cancel the effects of one treatment. You go into whole body cryotherapy, then jump into sauna right after, and that's it.
Exactly.
While you have wasted an hour of your life.
Exactly.
So this is all super important, and this is also why I'm so happy about the book that's coming out, because we took these things and
making
put
people understand
them in very simple words.
Correct. Yeah.
I think the best thing about the book is it is science-based.
Correct.
As much science as there is.
Yes.
It is practice-based.
Yes, correct.
We have now 15 years of
between us.
practice, and between us more than
Yeah.
15 years. And we have seen people succeed, and we have seen people's lives change, and we combine it all, and your B2C and my B2B experience and our personal passions for wellness.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
And we put it into very simple to follow guidelines for people. Okay, you want to live a better life. You want to feel better. You want to
live
have more energy. This is how you do it.
Exactly.
And it's not like your end of the journey is. It's just opening the first pages of it. Obviously, there is much more to cover, but you have to start somewhere.
That's right.
And I think we have done a great job in that sense, that even if you have known nothing about cryotherapy to date and you pick up the book, once you close it, you will know exactly.
Exactly.
And even if it is not for you, that's fine.
Yeah,
not
that's right, because cryotherapy is not for everybody. Exactly. Cryo is not for everybody, but it is worth trying at least your first time, right? So that's an important message. You shouldn't just rule it out, especially because a lot of people, what we find, is still too scared. It's too cold. But unless you put yourself through the experience, you don't know what the benefits are going to be from doing a session of whole body cryotherapy. So, but the book obviously does open your eyes as to all the benefits you can get from doing whole body cryotherapy as part of your lifestyle.
But also, people's expectations need to be managed.
They do.
I hear a lot, I tried it once, it didn't do anything for me. It's
Nothing.
You went once to the gym,
Correct.
or ate one salad, or drank one health juice, and what your body changed.
That's
nothing,
right. No, that's right. It's all about consistency. It's the whole lifestyle change. Everything works together over a period of time.
And then what we hear now is the renaissance of cold plunging. So why should I go somewhere? Why should I pay money? I can plunge at home. Try plunge at home every week on constant basis, and so it's not so easy to do. And then you start finding reasons why not
to do it. Exactly.
And what places like yours are doing a great job with, and you are having that community. You have expertise. You can guide.
That's
you say, okay, you tried this, it didn't work. Why don't we try it a little differently? There are very few people who are capable of self-guiding and bringing themselves to that level where they want to be, and then they give up, and then they are bitter. Okay, I have tried everything there is, and nothing worked for me. It didn't work for you because you didn't do the right things in the first place. And this is what we are helping people to understand. What are those right things? And these are just the first steps, right? And once you have taken the first steps, it's like you have that hook in the leg.
Exactly.
Okay, one more.
Exactly. Because what we do find
is once amazing.
It does, and once people do try it for the first time, they are hooked, right? So they do. We do find people that end up coming back for more, and they start to get the benefits. It's once you've done the 8 or 10 sessions, then your body goes, okay, thank you for awakening that internal doctor in me. I feel better, and they just get on with it, right?
One important thing I believe is we are not selling cryotherapy for selling sake.
No.
And we are very open about, you may or may not be the right material for it. Or it may be for you, but it will work better if you combine it with something else. And I will never be the one who says, okay, cold plunging is just like messy BS, do whole body cryotherapy, which is the next level ever again.
That's right.
We all grew up through it, and we learned by doing and through whatever resources were available at the time. And I must admit that 10 years ago, I was like telling people things that I don't tell them anymore. Right? It's like, don't do that, because back then I knew what I knew, and I was learning, and there was nobody who could teach me.
That's right.
And now, like what we are basically doing, we're taking our experiences, our knowledge that we have accumulated, and
helping everybody else to understand.
Helping to put on your plate, and whether you eat it or not, you may prefer something else. Fine.
And an interesting thing is as well, like a lot of people say, where's the research and stuff. So now with the book, we're hopefully going to be able to say, okay, so this is why we know it works, and a lot of that's been included thanks to you now in the book, so they can understand where the research is coming from, all our case studies. So there is some, as you say, there is the science and research behind it now. So I'm very proud, that we have the book coming out.
There is, but there are also always limitations, and it sometimes it makes me angry, sometimes it makes me laugh when people say, "Is there research whether I have to do cryotherapy first and so on after, or the way around?" No, there is no research, and there never will be research about that, because you have to understand what research is. There is a need, there is financing, there is a long process. There is no research of everything. Should you eat 3 pieces of tomato and 1 piece of cucumber the way around? Give me research, right? No, there is no research, and there is no one right answer. So, so we are just guides, and I'm glad to position us as guides, and I am happy to help if you are in the position of willing to be helped. And it may be so that you like close the book and say, okay, now I know. I'm happy to do it, or no, I'm never going to be.
Exactly. So that's very important. So Antra, when did you first try whole body cryotherapy?
2010, I think it was March or April.
And what benefits did you find after doing your first session of cryo?
My first immediate benefits that I appreciated so much, because I was beaten up and almost depressed and out of energy, was the endorphin rush. I walked out and I was a happy human being again. I did not have any pains to fight or anything, but I was sleepless, and I was tired, and I was emotionally down.
Yeah.
And it was just one session.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, the result does not last for very long
That's
if
correct.
you do just one session.
Yes.
But
it kick-started it for you, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
The reaction was so immediate. So,
Yes.
okay, I'm coming back
Yeah.
tomorrow again.
Exactly.
And I really was doing cryotherapy every day for 10 times,
Yep.
then 10 more times.
Yep.
And then after that, I was like, there was no question, I was hooked.
So do you still do cryotherapy now?
I do when I have it readily available. I travel a lot. Sometimes I'm
Yes.
far away, sometimes
You
I'm
do,
close.
yeah.
I use every opportunity to
Yeah.
do that. But meanwhile, if I want, I do cold showers every day.
Mm-hmm.
I fill a bathtub with cold water and just sit there for 10
Yes,
minutes when
yes.
I really
Very
want that benefit of cold in
Yes.
my body.
Yep.
That's refreshing and endorphin release.
Rush that you get, exactly, yes.
Benefit. But yes, and I try to do as much as I can whenever I can.
Very good. So shall we go through and do a cryotherapy
Of
session
course,
now? Let's
of
go.
course.
So Antra, you ready to try your cryotherapy session with us today?
Of course.
I'm just going to pre-cool the machine and we can get started. Okay, so we've got our socks on, our gloves
Yes.
on, no body lotion.
No.
Let's get you in.
Oh.
So what's your step going in? I'm going to lift you a bit higher there so I can see your head at the top. If I can see your hands out of the cabin, very good. How are you feeling in there?
I'm feeling fine. I see my thermal image, with its super red face.
It is.
That's my warm part, I guess.
Lots of
Okay,
blood
turning
rushing
it
there.
down.
Keep turning it for me. Thank you very much. You're still feeling okay in there, Antra?
Yes, I am.
So there's no need for me to go through the benefits of cryo because you're well and truly aware of all the benefits. We're getting to the halfway mark. So Antra, would you say that like 2 to 3 minutes is the ideal time for everybody to be doing cryo?
Yes, so it really depends on the machine and the temperature.
Correct.
In nitrogen cooled machines, because they are colder, I would not go over 3 minutes.
No, that's right. I agree.
But for the first time person, probably less than that.
Correct. Yeah.
I don't see any problem if somebody gets in just for 30, 60 seconds to get the feel.
Yeah, exactly. For some people, that's right. Can be overwhelming. Exactly.
You know that with cryotherapy,
Yep.
you must not push.
That's right.
You have to be in a good relationship with your body, and you
Correct.
know your body better than anybody else.
Exactly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. There you go. So Antra, how are you feeling?
Great.
It's such
Super
a good feeling.
refreshed.
Very good.
I love the feeling, actually. Right after, and cryotherapy is the best because your endorphins are through the roof and your
Exactly.
body is like tingling slightly.
Exactly. And you've got a big smile on your face, so
It's
that's
a
wonderful.
very happy feeling.
Very
Yeah.
good. So what would you say to anyone that's still sitting on the fence about trying cryotherapy?
You must try it unless you have a condition and then you decide.
Yeah.
But most people who think that they are afraid of cold, they don't like cold, are surprised how comfortable and how beautiful it feels once they try.
Exactly. I agree. Thank you
Right?
so much for being
Thank
with us
you
today. Thank
for
you,
the
Antra.
treatment.